Alright, we got a good joke.
Yeah,
we're going to be working on that ceiling. I'll explain that another time again, too.
Yes,
but we got another Joe Rogan coming at you here.
Tightrope between two buildings, chewing gum and looking up at the ceiling. Have you ever heard of the
Dan Akroyd?
The guy who he was a tightrope walker at the turn of the century, and he was very famous. I forget he was a French guy. He walked over Niagara Falls several times.
Freaking Akroyd.
He was a French tightrope walker, and one of the things he did, Joe, was one morning he said, "I'm going to do this, but I'm going to take my manager on my back. I'm going to take a small stove, and I'm going to cook him breakfast in the middle of the falls, right over the falls."
Oh, shit.
And this is recorded of him having, can you imagine the manager, you know, the conversation there? "Okay, you're going to climb on my back, we're going to the middle of the falls, I'm going to make you breakfast." "I love you, I love handling you, but no, what, really, I have to do this?" So he took his manager on the back, out to the falls, cooked him eggs right there, and then walked to the other end of the falls with a stove, his manager, all on his back. I mean, this like, you know, these are feats that we hear about.
Did he cook in the middle?
He cooked in the middle of the falls. He cooked eggs and I think flapjacks, and all while handling his manager on his back and handling the stove and the whole thing. Yeah, there he is. There's the manager. Look.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, isn't that funny?
Where's he cooking?
Blonde, that was his name. Yeah.
I want to see him cooking.
Yeah.
They must have a photo.
They've got a
wheelbarrow up there.
Yeah, wheelbarrow. He had the manager on his back. There he is, the manager on the back. You see, taking him across.
Christ.
Wow, really good.
That's how you earn your keep as a manager.
I know, and I don't know whether there he is. Look at the table and the chairs. Yeah. So that's what we're kind of up to here today. And I know, when I came in, I saw the beautiful bow equipment and all your workout equipment. I was going to bring my pinball gun so I could bounce them off your stomach, but
pinball gun? What is a pinball gun?
Well, I'm just making it up.
He's just making it up as he goes.
There, and I could just see them bounce off. But I said, you know,
he's on right now, Dan Akroyd.
Really nice.
There's a switch you got to turn on and off once in a while when you're one of these top performers.
Beautiful. Where are they?
I don't know.
It's hard to be on all the time.
Brought it in for me.
Yeah, 1,000 people died going over Niagara Falls. Many of them suicides, and many of them, you know, just that went over in rafts. And that kid Roger went over in a life jacket, and kids and people in barrels who were actually intending to go over the falls and wanted to float down that far.
One guy survived.
A guy in the life jacket survived, and a couple of them in the barrels survived. But the tribe of the Niagara Indians who lived at the indigenous natives who lived at the bottom of the falls were overweight. And why were they overweight? Because they didn't run through the forest hunting. They took all of the meat that came through the Niagara River and went over the falls and was dashed at the bottom of the falls. The bears, the wolves, the moose, all of them who drowned in the falls, all this wildlife, and they just harvested the meat off the rocks at the bottom of the falls.
Oh, so they would just wait.
They would just wait, exactly, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many things get stuck? It doesn't seem like you'd be waiting a lot. Man.
40 people every year fall over, so.
Every year right now?
Yeah. Wow.
Oh my God. 40?
But I love upstate New York. I love Niagara Falls, New York. It's beautiful architecture from the 30s and stuff.
Yeah.
It's so neat up there.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous part of the country.
Do you mind if I make a non-alcoholic vodka drink here for us? Yeah.
This is your vodka company, and you based it. I know you are a huge fan of extraterrestrials, and one of the things I'm very excited about.
No, actually, I'm not a drinker.
But this is.
I brought you a book on all.
But I might go take a.
This is based
quick puff.
on the crystal skulls, right? This is,
well, yeah, the package is based. Package is based on the crystal heads because we wanted to sell the idea of purity, and you can see it's a nice, smiling, little, happy little skull. It was designed by John Alexander, the great Texas artist. This is our wheat version. We have corn in here, we have wheat in here, and there's no cleaner vodka, I must say, on the planet. We go to great lengths to make this a clean product. Not only is
next time I'll use my filter
the unique
too.
Fluid inside is what has got us to 70 countries, over 50 million bottles sold. We won 12 gold medals. We won the Prodexpo in Moscow for excellent taste.
That's why he's on. He's selling something.
And what we do is we take peaches and cream corn from Chatham, Ontario, and we put it in the truck in the mash, and we ship it 95% alcohol volume at that point, and we take it over. We put it in the ferry boat, and we bring it over to the distillery in Newfoundland, Canada. One of the last state-owned stills in the world. And why are we there? Because
tell us how to make vodka.
The original Wisconsin glacier is under Newfoundland. So water is vodka.
That'd be a good one for the Russians, huh?
Really? Yeah, and great vodkas have sweet water. I'm just going to, I want you to just take a sip, and then I'm going to make a nice crystal goblet. But just, here's our notes. Cheers, sir. Just a sip. Yeah, cheers. Yeah, indeed. Hey, to our daughters.
To everybody.
Daughters and sons and daughters.
Sons, daughters, mothers.
It's very good.
Nice toast.
Sweet vanilla, dry, crisp with a kick of heat off the finish are our notes from Anthony Dias Blue. We take that to the distillery in Newfoundland. We use the water there. We do not add flavor packs. Flavor packs are added to lesser vodkas. That's glycerides, sugars, terpenes, and we put them. They put them in these packages, and they put them into the vodka. We eliminated all of that, and we have no additives at all. This is C2H506, just absolute ethyl alcohol, grain alcohol, purified, distilled in a carbon filtration system.
You get the point.
One with the hose where they just